You ever get that feeling like something's off but you can't put your finger on it? Not fear exactly, just this weird, itchy sense that the air isn't sitting right. That's how it started for me, and looking back now, I think I should have trusted that instinct. My name's Derek. There was this closet in the hallway that bugged me, not because it looked creepy or anything. It was just cold. Every time I passed it, I'd get this weird chill, like walking past a freezer with the door cracked open. I figured maybe the insulation was shot. Didn't think too much of it until the first night I heard it. I'd fallen asleep watching a podcast, some true crime thing, and woke up around 3:14. Noticed the TV was off, which was odd, since he'd set the sleep timer for an hour. Then I heard this soft, dragging sound coming from the hallway, like something was being pulled slowly across the floor. Not loud, just enough to make me sit up and listen. I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, and tiptoed toward the hall. Nothing. Closet door was closed. No sound. I even checked the living room. Nada. I figured maybe I was dreaming, went back to bed, but the next night, same time, 3:14 on the dot, I woke up again. This time it was quieter, not dragging, just this low creaking like a door, slowly opening. I froze, heart hammering, listening in the dark. I finally whispered, "Hello." Nothing, no movement. I got up again, flashlight ready, checked the hall. The closet door, cracked open about 2 inches. I swear to God, I'd shut it before. I even remember hearing the click of the latch. I closed it again, harder this time, then wedged a laundry basket against it just in case. Went back to bed, kinda laughing it off in a nervous way. Told myself it was just airflow or old hinges. That morning I overslept. My phone alarm. It didn't go off, and when I checked it had reset to factory settings. All apps gone. No alarms, no login info. Just blank. That made me pause. I hadn't plugged it in overnight, sure, but a full reset. Weird. I texted my buddy Ivan at work about it, and he was like, "Dude, your apartment's haunted already." We joked about it, but that night, I went to sleep with my phone charging, flashlight app open and on. I also took a picture of the closet door just to see if it moved. Woke up at 3:14 am again. The flashlight was off, the phone was off, closet door wide open this time, and it was dark, like unnaturally dark inside. I felt this insane pressure in my chest, like I was about to have a panic attack. My brain was screaming not to move. I whispered, "Is someone there?" Still nothing. I don't know how long I stood there before slamming the door shut and dragging a chair in front of it. I didn't sleep after that. Just laid in bed, lights on, staring at the hallway until the sun came up. That morning, I found 3 long scratches on the inside of the closet door, deep ones like claw marks, except 2 straight, almost like they were made with a knife. I asked the landlord if anyone else had complained about weird stuff. He just looked at me for a second too long and said, "It's an old building." Lots of creaks, then walked away. I called my mum that night, told her everything. She's super religious. Said I should bless the place or move out, but the lease was locked in, and I wasn't about to lose my deposit over bad vibes. I started sleeping with earplugs, lights on, everything. And for a few days things were quiet again, until I got a message from a number I didn't recognize. No name, no photo, just one sentence: "Don't open the closet again." I stared at it for a long time before texting back, "Who is this?" No response. I checked with the van, even the landlord. No one admitted to sending it. That night, I nailed the closet door shut. 3 nights after I sealed the closet, I was lying in bed with my headphones in, just scrolling Reddit, when the apartment went completely silent. And not just quiet, silent, like the sound got sucked out of the air. I didn't even realize it at first until I noticed I couldn't hear the usual background hum of the fridge or the cars outside. I pulled out my headphones, and it was like being underwater. That's when I noticed a static. A faint, crackling sound, like an old TV left on a dead channel. But it wasn't coming from a TV, it was coming from the walls. I put my ear against the plaster, and I swear it wasn't just static. There were voices, whispers layered under the hiss, fast and overlapping, like a dozen people talking over each other in a language I couldn't understand. I backed away slowly and just stood in the middle of the room, heart pounding. The air felt heavy again, the kind of pressure you feel before a thunderstorm, except more personal. I texted Evan, "Dude, something's wrong with my place." He replied, "What now?" And I was about to tell him everything, but then my phone screen glitched. Just a flicker, like static on an old VHS tape. Then it shut off. I tried turning it on, nothing. The power button didn't even work. I reached for my laptop, and the screen was frozen on a black background with one sentence in white text. "You shouldn't have shut the door." My blood went cold. I yanked the power cord, shut the lid, and just sat there staring at the closet. It was still shut, still nailed, chair in front, but that pressure in my chest started up again, like someone was standing right behind me. I turned around, no one. I went to the kitchen to splash water on my face, trying to calm down. That's when I saw the scratches. This time they were on the inside of the cabinet door under the sink, fresh, 3 deep lines, just like the ones on the closet that night. I couldn't sleep. I sat on the couch with the lights on and a kitchen knife in my lap. At 3:14 am, like clockwork, the power went out. Everything, lights, fridge, even the street lights outside. Total blackness. I used the flashlight on an old camping lantern I found in the closet when I first moved in. I pointed it at the closet door, and I swear I saw the nails slowly being pushed outward from the inside, not violently, just methodically, one tiny creak at a time. I bolted out of the apartment and spent the night in my car. The next morning, I told Evan everything. He didn't laugh. He just looked at me and said, "Man, maybe it's not the closet, maybe it's you." I didn't know what he meant at the time, but I felt it too, like whatever this was, it had followed me. I went back inside around noon, half expecting the place to be wrecked, but everything looked normal. Power was back, closet still sealed, but when I picked up my phone and turned it on, I had a voicemail. No number, no dime stamp, just a voice whispering, "Come back, we're not done yet." I didn't go back that night. I checked into a cheap motel near the highway, told myself I'd figure it all out in the morning, but even there I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing that static again, not from the walls this time, but in my head, like it was coming from inside my skull. Whispering, pulsing, always right at the edge of comprehension. I called my mum again, told her I needed help, maybe even a priest. She said she'd find someone. Evan showed up the next morning, looking like he hadn't slept either. We drove back to the apartment together. I wasn't going to go in alone. When we opened the door, everything looked wrong. Not destroyed, not ransacked, just subtly rearranged. The couch was facing the wrong way. The dishes were stacked differently. My framed poster of Blade Runner was upside down. But the worst part, the closet door was wide open. The nails weren't on the floor. They weren't anywhere. Evan stayed by the door while I stepped into the hallway, heart pounding. I peeked inside the closet, and it wasn't the closet anymore. The back wall was gone. In its place was a narrow tunnel, carved into the drywall and wood, like something had clawed its way through. It went back about 6 feet, ending in pitch blackness. There were markings on the inside of the tunnel, scratches, symbols, handprints, some child-sized, some way too big. I didn't want to go in. Every instinct screamed at me not to, but Evan, he stepped closer. "Derek," he said, "you need to see this." I told him no. I begged him not to go in, but he did. He crawled inside slowly, phone flashlight pointed ahead. He disappeared from view. 30 seconds passed, then a minute. I called out to him. No answer. Just that static again, rising in pitch. I reached in to grab him, but the tunnel was longer. It kept stretching the deeper I reached. I finally pulled my hand back, and it was freezing cold. I called 911. Cops showed up, searched the place, looked inside the tunnel, but it was gone. Just smooth drywall at the back of the closet like it had never been there. No Evan, no hole. They took my statement, treated me like I was crazy. Evan was reported missing. I was questioned, but eventually let go. I moved out that same week, burned all the stuff I'd brought from that apartment. I haven't been the same since. Some nights around 3:14, a mass still wake up, heart racing, and